Hello there. Welcome to Brave Moon Tarot. I'm so happy you're here. I hope you're doing well today. Today's reading is going to be slightly different. This kind of came out of me just not having a whole lot of time to do a reading today. Um, and so this just sort of popped in my head, and I'm not really sure how it's going to work, but we're going to try it. This is obviously, as you can see, I'm not doing a pick a card today. I also don't have my tarot cards. Today, I'm going to only use a few of my oracle decks, but the whole purpose of this reading today was to kind of as a whole to just kind of figure out what we can do to get unstuck from either a particular situation or just that feeling of being stuck in our lives in general. I know I have gone through an absolute ton of changes in the past year to 2 years, and it has not been easy. And I've had moments where I just felt utterly stuck and didn't know how or where to move forward. And I heavily relied on tarot and oracle cards and other readers and things of that nature. And I just kind of thought, well, let's try to do a reading today where we, as a whole, try to get ourselves unstuck, because I feel like that's just something that happens in life in general. We just get stuck from time to time. So let's try and figure out what specific things that we can focus on to get ourselves unstuck. So, again, I'm not going to be using tarot for this reading, which is really strange because I actually prefer using tarot cards. But I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and only use these. So let's go ahead and get started and see what our cards are. These cards, by the way, I haven't had them very long, but I absolutely love them. They are actually, here, I don't have the, wait, no, I do have the box right here. It's right in front of me. This is from the Literary Witches Oracle. There are 70 cards in this deck, and they are like half, well, as it says, literary witches, and the other half of the cards are like, well, I'm not sure what they're called, but you'll see in a second what they are. So let's see what we got. The Future, Octavia Butler. Rebellion. Moon. Healing. Snail. Mushrooms. The Soul. And Lantern. Now, before I see what our other cards are, let's just take a look at these for a minute. Actually, this is my OCD. Well, I don't have OCD, but it just kind of looks better. There, doesn't that look better? Okay. Wow, I love these. Okay, so right away, with this first card here, this can talk about looking into the future, but it also talks about being a little too obsessed about what's going to happen in the future, and instead of living in the here and now. So this can be kind of like a little bit of a warning. It's never bad to have goals or to kind of see yourself where you want to be in the future. But I do think sometimes, and I am so guilty of this, it's very easy to get stuck there. And if you're like me, you're either stuck in the past or the future. I find it very hard to live in the moment, and that's something I'm working on. But I feel like this is kind of saying that, like, It's almost like if you're feeling stuck now, it's like it's very easy to focus on future you where you're like happier and you have the job you want and the relationship that you want, and the friends and you know the perfect house or whatever it is you're wanting. And instead of focusing on the here and now and things that you can do to get those things, you're so focused on the future. You're just so focused in that fantasy land, where it's like, oh, I'm going to sit here and dwell on it for 3 hours, this perfect life. Well, in that 3 hours, you didn't do anything to like get yourself closer to that life. Then we have the rebellion card here. This is interesting. She's like standing in this, I don't know, is this a well? It kind of looks like it has a little door on it, but whatever it is, she's kind of like on her own. Um, so it's like, I feel like you definitely, if you want to get unstuck, it's almost like you're going to have to rebel against either your own thought patterns or maybe thought patterns that society or your family and friends have placed on you. It's like you have to live your life for yourself, even if it means going against what everyone else wants for you, because they're really just projecting onto you. And they shouldn't be. They should be supporting you in what you want to do instead of projecting. But I feel like you're going to have to really take that. Or let me rephrase it. You're going to have to dig deep for that courage to rebel, because it's not easy. Well, some people find it easy to rebel, but others don't. And so, again, this is your life. The soul. I love this. Is that like, it sort of looks like a ferret, but I think it might be supposed to be a cat. But this talks about digging deep into your intuition, into your soul, into figuring out what makes you happy, and I know that's like easier said than done. And sometimes you have to do things to figure out what it is you want to do with your life or how to move forward. Again, it's like this stuck in the future thing. It's like you're fantasizing about, like, for example, if you want a job where, like, you want to be your own boss, you don't want to work for somebody else anymore. But do you really? Like, can you do that? Can you do things on the side? Like, do you want to, I don't know, I'm just totally picking a random career here. Like, do you want to be a musician? Like, are you fantasizing about being a musician, or in your free time, are you doing things to get there? Are you, like, do you fantasize about, I don't know, being a writer, say? So it's like, okay, but have you taken the steps to write the book? Have you, like, do you know that's what you would want to be doing? So, for example, a long time ago, I had like a side gig where I, baked cakes. And I thought, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. I absolutely love it. I want to do this. And so I did take some steps toward that. And I did have some paid gigs doing that. But you know what? I realized after a while that I was losing my passion for baking, because now it was my job. It's one thing to do it for friends and family. I had fun doing it. I loved seeing the smiles on their faces. I loved the act of baking. But when it became my job, it became 10 times more stressful. I was such a perfectionist. I was exhausted after every job because I was so riddled with anxiety of doing a good job. So, again, I feel like that's like check in with yourself. And it's one thing to fantasize about the future, but if you actually do it, is that something you could see yourself doing? So, and that only you'll know. I mean, um, my friends and family are like, "Oh, this is great. You're doing this. You're living your dream, and you're doing the side gig." And I thought for a little while I would actually take it to the next step and like quit my job and do this for real. But in my soul, I knew if I had this for my real job, I would end up hating baking. And I didn't want to hate it because it was a fun hobby for me. And so now I just do it once in a while and I love it. It's so relaxing, it's fun. And that pressure is off of me now. And now I can go back to enjoying it. But was that what I wanted to do for my real job? I thought it was, but no. My intuition was telling me no. Now we have this card, Healing. This card speaks to me so much. I feel like, I feel like this is really telling you to take care of yourself, to I feel like there's just so much heaviness in the world right now. Um, and we really have to take care of ourselves. And this is also the opportune time to do all this, to be rebellious, to look at our what we want our future to be, but not to live there, like to actually take action. I feel like that in itself is healing. But you also have to take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually. You have to do things that make you happy. You have to do things that calm your soul, that bring peace to your life. Snail. This talks about snails move very, very slowly. And I don't think this is saying you have to move slowly in your life, or to get unstuck that it's going to take a long time. Not necessarily. I feel like this is more of um, not that you have to go slow, but not to rush things. Especially if you're feeling unstuck and you just want to get out of that feeling and you want to hurry up and get the life that you want. It's so easy to want to rush that. But I feel like Spirit is saying no, like take your time. Don't, like, this is too important to rush. This is not like um something frivolous like um do you want a turkey sandwich or a ham sandwich for lunch? Like, hurry up and decide. Like, this is bigger than this. This is your life. And you should um at least in some moments, take that time to slow down. Take the time to heal yourself. Take that time to check in with yourself. And even look to the future. Reevaluate as we go through life. Things change. Like I said, I thought I wanted to do baking for the rest of my life. Nope, I had to step back and reevaluate what I wanted. So take that time, take those moments. It's not saying like slow down the whole time, but just take those moments. We also have mushrooms. This talks about um, that quiet inner peace, that quiet moment, that those quiet moments, again, with this slow down and the quiet moments and the healing. I feel like this is definitely, I just heard in my head, like, you need a breather for a minute and figure out what you really want. We also have the moon here. This talks about things unknown. Maybe there's something, maybe you're feeling stuck because what you thought you wanted is not what you really wanted. Oh, and then we have the lantern. I'm just seeing a whole pattern here now. Lantern is, this reminds me kind of like the Hermit card in the tarot. It's like taking, and what does the Hermit do? He takes a step back. He's got his lantern, and the Hermit like is searching for something. They're checking in with themselves. The lantern can illuminate the dark side of the moon. It can bring things into the light so that you can see everything. Oh, wow. I really feel like I need to emphasize, though, like the action part of getting unstuck. Because sometimes you have to do things to figure out that you don't like doing them. Sometimes you have to date certain people to know that's not what I want. Sometimes you have to work in a certain field to figure out that's really not what I wanted. I thought I wanted it, but I really don't. And not just that, sometimes we just get ourselves in situations that we're like, whoa, this is not what I thought it would be. So it's not like you're actively looking for a crappy job, but I feel like too sometimes that crappy job, if you put like a positive spin on it, you can say, okay, that was a horrible job, but now I know what I don't want in a workplace, or I know what I don't want in a company, or whatever it is. So I just feel like I have to emphasize like the action part. Let's see what other cards we got. Okay, we got, it's time to release negativity, and the energy is gaining momentum. Wow. Let's set these here. Okay, so I think this is very important. This releasing negativity is so important. Because it's so easy to dwell on the negative aspects of like why we're feeling stuck and why we can't move forward. But again, what did I just say? Sometimes you have to take that negative situation and turn it positive. It's like you can't wallow in that negativity. You just can't. Or you will stay stuck. And I feel like if you do, that's where the momentum is coming from. It's like, okay, now you're taking action. Now you're doing things. You're actively releasing this negativity. Like you're just choosing, I'm not going to stay here. That in itself is rebellious. Like I'm not staying in this negative situation. I'm going to take steps to move forward. Quit that job. Not that I'm telling you to quit your job, but if you are in a position to, then, you know, that's totally up to you. That's your choice. But I'm just saying, take action. Or not necessarily quit, but like start applying for other jobs. Or if you're not happy with your partner, you know, there's things you can do. There's like counseling. There's talking to your partner. There's, again, I don't want to say leave your partner, but you know what the options are, but you have to take the steps to get rid of that negativity in your life. Because it's like, I feel like the more negativity that you're wallowing in or that you are stuck in, it's just going to keep coming back to you. Like, was that like law of attraction? And that's not to say you have to be like, yay, everything is great when it's not. Like, that's not what, I don't see that as, you know, law of attraction stuff. What I see it as, um, things are crap. Yes, they are. I'm acknowledging that. I admit it. Things are crap. But I'm releasing this negativity, and I know that things are going to get better. And these are some things I can do right now to make it better. That's how you start healing. So it's like your job is crappy. Okay, start applying for jobs. Are you going to get those jobs? We don't know. You might not. Even if you don't, it feels good to take steps towards getting the job you want. Or, applying for school or whatever it is that you can take steps to um, get out of this negativity. It just feels good. You know what I mean? So again, it's acknowledging that negativity, and it's you saying, okay, things are crap, but they're going to get better. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, wow. 38, heal the ouch. Number 2, gentle gardener. And number 52, magical map shifter. This is so weird. I rarely get this card, so I love it when, this might be the second or third time I've ever gotten this card. And I've had this deck for many years. But holy moly, look at this, heal the ouch. Okay, so this is definitely saying take steps to do things to heal yourself. This could be anything from just normal self-care things like taking a bubble bath or watching your favorite show for the 15th time. Or it could be more drastic steps of, again, applying for jobs. Even if you don't think you're going to get them, it feels good to take steps. Changing your eating habits. If you're eating a lot of foods that make you feel sluggish, maybe start eating something a little different. Or, not get rid of the things that you like, but just maybe incorporating something more nutritious that make you feel a little more energetic. Whatever that means to you, whatever. We also have gentle gardener. This is talking about what you put into it is what you're going to get. So kind of like law of attraction. What you put into this garden, if you don't ever water your own garden, if you don't give it plant food, if you don't tend to it, it's going to wither and die. But if you water it, if you pay it attention, if you give it the nutrients it needs, you're going to get so much back from it, right? So it's the same thing. It's like with you. Give yourself what you need, and the universe will provide it for you. This is law of attraction stuff. This is interesting too. Magical map shifter. This talks about paying attention to the people in your lives, not just relationships, but even strangers that you pass. I look at this as more of intuition, synchronicities, the universe giving you messages, like this video, for example. If nothing resonates but one sentence, that's your sign. That was meant for you. Same thing, have you ever been to the store and you're having a super crappy day and a stranger passes you and says something and you're like, wait, what? That just made my day. Or you're standing in line at the store and a stranger starts talking to you, and you'd been contemplating about whether or not to take a vacation somewhere, and this stranger starts talking about how they just got back from Jamaica, and you're like, what? That's weird. You know what I mean? It's little signs and synchronicities. And you'll notice this person has a blindfold on. So it's listen to that. Like, listen to your intuition. It goes back to this soul. It's like, gosh, I feel like there's so much here that talks about, I'm starting to feel like this theme of this reading is like manifestation, law of attraction stuff. Paying attention to synchronicities, paying attention to signs. Like, do any of these numbers mean anything to you? That could be a sign in itself. Or any of these images is, like, yeah, this is, wow, okay. Now I know this is not meant to be a love reading, but I did pull a Whispers of Love card just because um, I think there needs to be more love in the world, don't you? And so love in any form is important, I think. So we got number 43. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. What did I say about this? So again, it's like, it's not ignoring the bad things, but it's knowing that things are going to get better. It's having the faith. It's keeping that light on within you in every situation. So this, even if you're talking about work, don't lose faith. Like, have your heart full. Wow, look at this. They have like this little lantern right here at the, kind of like that. It's like something wants to guide you somewhere, like your spirit guides. Oh, spirit guides. That could be a sign for you. If you're not in touch with your spirit guides, or as much as you want to be, or as much as you used to be, maybe that's a sign, is to get back in touch with your spirit guides. Look, we also have a moon on this card. Just like that. I love the images in this. This even has like a castle. That could be like, that's your fantasy. That's looking into the future, like, I want that. Put it out there into the universe. But don't dwell there. Like, put it out there, but don't dwell on it. Well, I shouldn't say don't dwell on it. I mean, what the heck? You can dwell on it, but don't obsess about it to the point where you're not actually taking the steps. Okay. Your Sacred Rebel card is number 14, Going Beyond Normal. Oh my gosh, this card talks about rebellion, going against the grain, going against what everyone else is doing, having that courage. This also talks, I love this like gold light bulb. So it's like checking your intuition and then doing the things that you want to do. Ignore everybody else. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't ever like that ignore what anyone else has to say, because I do think there is value in other people's opinions. Again, even if they like say one thing and it triggers something like, oh, I didn't think about that, I'm going to go research it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it also, I think, is good sometimes when people kind of project onto you. It almost gives you extra strength. Like, it's almost like the universe testing you, like, are you going to give in to these people's comments, or are you going to dig your heels in and say, no, this is my life, and you just made me realize how much I want this. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say discount other people's opinions, but use their opinions to your advantage is how I would word that. Again, this talks about going beyond what everyone else is doing. This is talking about having the balance. Like, you can be logical. I mean, obviously, like, look at this has, I don't know if you can see, this has like pennies at the bottom here and some, Yeah, it's all pennies at the bottom here. Um, so it's like you can think logically, like, well, I still need money to pay bills. I still need, um, I still need income. It's okay to be logical like that while still focusing on your dreams. Um, so, like, if you want to be an artist, but everyone is telling you, well, you can't make money as an artist, like, yeah, I can because I'm checking in with my intuition. Yes, that's what I really want to do. I'm um I'm releasing that negativity. I know that it's going to be hard. I know I might not make as much money as I am now, but I have hope and faith that I'm going to be able to do this. And I have the skills and the knowledge, or I will get the skills and the knowledge to do that. And sometimes just, that in itself is rebellious. I love this card so much. She also, look at that. I didn't notice that before because the text is in front of this, but there's like, I don't know if you can see that. There's like a key dangling from her mouth. So it's like you have the answers. You have the key, you have the ideas, you have the time. This is so, oh, I just got chills. This is so cool. This is, yeah, wow. Let's do, I wasn't going to pull these, but let's do like some quotes, some affirmations, whatever. Let's see. Let's get a quote to kind of tie this all in together, hopefully. Spirit, what quote can you leave us with to get ourselves unstuck? Oh, did that flip? Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is cool. I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. Oh, look, and there's a ship on there. Okay. I think that's a great quote to leave this reading on. So, again, there's storms. There could be moments when it's rough, when there's rough waters. Accept it and know that you're going to get through it. What is that saying? I always get quotes wrong, but it's like um being brave is not being scared, but it's being scared and doing it anyway. Oh, I don't think I butchered that one too much, but I feel like that's this whole thing is taking action. Um like think about what you want to do, take steps though to actually do it, but also make sure you are doing things that make you happy, things that heal yourself, heal your soul. Um, yeah, wow. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave this. I really hope this helped in some way. This, like I said, this is a very different reading, but I really enjoyed it. I got some things out of it myself. So, okay. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for watching, and please join me again for another reading. Bye, guys.